Hey y'all, I hope you're all doing good. So, I'm gonna give a couple solutions on how Marvel can pretty much fix their situation. It's not good. It's not good. And number one, where I think that they should focus on what they're good at, which is male characters. Marvel has shown time and time again that they are not good at making female characters. And when you introduce multiple female characters, it just ends up as a disaster. Let's take an example as having American Chavez and Scarlet Witch in the same movie. They pretty much power scaled Scarlet Witch to the point where American Chavez is the most powerful, essentially most powerful female superhero, one of, and it messes up the power scaling, and we don't know how she's gone that strong, and essentially she can possibly fight Doctor Strange one on one. And what I mean by this is when we saw in that one part where she was pretty much fighting toe to toe with Scarlet Witch, who almost killed Thanos, and that makes no sense. So the power scaling, I know we want strong, independent women, but I think we have to make characters that make sense. For example, we know that Captain Marvel, she's strong, but in her movie, we didn't see anything about her how she got so strong and her character development. It's essentially why a lot of these female characters are weak and just aren't interesting. And we know that most of Marvel's audience is males. So I think they gotta focus on more male characters with better actors who can who can better portray these characters. And this leads into my next statement. Essentially, I think that they got to. I don't want to say this, but I think they got to eliminate most of the female characters, like Captain Marvel and She Hulk. A lot of the or and even Ironheart. A lot of these characters are just add-ons or repeats of the same superheroes that we saw before. And it just isn't interesting. And focus on the more interesting female heroes, such as like Kamala Khan, which she was the most interesting character with the most interesting powers in this movie, easily in the Marvels movie, easily. I think they should still make the Kamala Khan series, and just keep focusing on a more lower sample size rather than a bigger sample size. And I feel that they Marvel has to slow down a little bit on what they're making. I think they're mass producing way too much on too many movies at the same time. It's causing them to mess up. And essentially, for like the Marvels, they were essentially showing a movie that was not completed. As they did that, it didn't make any sense, and also it left me bored and wanted to fall asleep. Same with Ant Man. It was not complete. It did not feel like a complete movie, and then they're making these major villains just so underdeveloped and boring to watch.